One of the big mysteries of One Piece is certainly what happened during the Void Century. One of the few artifacts from that era, made by old families that arrived in perfect condition down to the current storyline. It's the Ark Noah. Noah's Ark belongs to the myth of Christian religion and refers to an event of global impact defined as Great Flood. Noah was chosen by God. He was a man who had marked himself for righteousness and moral rectitude, and as such, he was spared from the wrath of the God who was supposed to erase all the human race. The punishment's choice was the deluge. So much water to drown the entire world up to the summits of the highest mountains, with the only purpose of killing every living creature. That's why God gave Noah the task of saving male and female specimens of each animal species, housing them inside a giant boat, well sealed and hardened, to withstand the divine wrath. However, the same myth from the Hindu mythology seems slightly more suitable to One Piece for one simple detail. The Ark of the Chosen One must be dragged and be rescued from a giant fish, that was the incarnation of God, and we know how Oda takes its inspiration from the Hindu culture. If you remember, during the Fishman Island saga, the Sea Kings claimed that the Ark was designed to be driven from them, presumably under the command of Princess Poseidon. In fact, on the lower hull of the Ark, we can see 6 metal bumps with chains, in which, in the end of the saga, the Sea Kings pulled them, saving Fishman Island from the disaster. And then, is it also possible that the Ark Noah was built to rescue living things of every species from a possible cataclysm? In all the myths, the Ark got stuck at the top of a very tall mountain, so it is possible that Red Line was chosen as an ideal destination for a new beginning of human race and animal breed. If you think about it, it is one piece of land where people could live all together. A dream that comes very close to the metaphorical concept of One Piece. But something went wrong. Joy Boy was incapable of keeping his word and the plan went in flames. Maybe the cataclysm never came. Or maybe it was never unleashed, then the Ark became useless. In order to retain it, the Ark was hidden in Fishman Island, waiting for the promised day. Many have speculated that the Ark was built to take Fishman up to the surface, but they have already demonstrated being able to reach the surface on their own. Even kids are able to do this, as evidenced by the Hodi's flashback. A fishman can come and go at any time, without needing to use any means of transport. Somebody could mention the case of Atoimet, but her choice to sail with the world noble was only due to political reasons. Therefore, on the assumption that only the chosen ones, as Noah, were selected to repopulate the world, let's assume they were the D family. It could be interpreted as a discrimination to the detriment towards those that, as in the myth, have rebelled. Imagine now 20 families that disagree with this choice, unite together, and because of something unknown, they ruin Joy Boy's plan and what must have been the Great Kingdom. Probably afraid of such foolish act, they did a mass extermination, obscuring any information that could track back to their existence. After that, the victors called themselves gods, and took the promised land Mary Ejoa from the devils. Those who have the D, not for nothing, are the so-called natural enemies of the gods, which is very likely they were the descendants of the Great Kingdom. Devil fruit in Japanese is a kama no mi, where a kama stands for devil, demon. The demons of Ohara were considered demons because of their huge knowledge. It is a very important clue, because it links knowledge with demonization. A reign in which the level of knowledge progressed so much that it could generate genetically modified fruits, in the eyes of mere mortals, it would appear as a reign of demons, devils. This could be also the result of the name devil fruit. Now think about a reign able to manipulate the DNA, capable of creating human beings and making species hybrids. It follows that not only Sanji and his brothers are the result of an elaborate engineering project, but even the Minkmen and the Fishmen might be. If you remember, the Fishmen had the same blood of the men. Thing that could be also for the Minkmen. More generally, probably all the One Piece races are descendants of men, them being nothing but genetic alterations of humans. The dwarves could be the result of reducing one's size while increasing strength. The giants could be the result of an already known process of gigantism and so on. From this, it follows that Poseidon's power is the result of a miracle of genetic engineering, and so by transitive property the same reasoning could be applied with Pluton and Uranus. Besides, it explains why Poseidon's powers passed from a specific bloodline. Might be inherited genes. Therefore, were once Pluton and Uranus living beings? In my opinion this possibility exists, somehow connected to the existence of a monster like Zunisha and from people like Mominos capable to communicate with him. The warship Pluton may have been an ambitious project that would reproduce the destructive power of the original Pluton. Maybe, the three ancient weapons could originally resemble one another more than we are currently led to believe.